Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be a Q&A get ready with me, and I am going to be using the Starry Night Storybooks cosmetic palette that I recently picked up. And there is a theme to this video and another video, which is a Starry Night kind of Van Gogh theme that I'm doing. But before we get into my Q&A, I did want to go over my scent of the day, which is Lolita Lempica. And I have always described this scent as being very whimsical, very daydreamy. I'm a daydreamer. That's like the scent that to me is the most daydreamy kind of scent in my collection. Something that makes me feel what this painting is. It just gives me, again, that fairy tale kind of vibe. So that is my scent of the day. But without further ado, let's get into the Q&A. And I did not mean for that to rhyme, but let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, since this isn't a makeup tutorial, I'm not going to zoom in too much, but we are going to be using the new Storybook Cosmetics, the Starry Night. And it does have this like little slip cover. Here it is up close. And I really love this painting. Like, I enjoy Van Gogh art, but this is one of my favorite. But here is the palette. I did put on SPF, a tinted SPF as my primer. I did my brows with the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. And then I put this Bite Beauty Agave on my lips. So those are the three things that I've done, and now I'm gonna prime my eyelids. This is my favorite, the Urban Decay Potion Primer. I have oily lids, and I noticed that concealer or just not putting a primer with certain colors won't prolong it. So I'll have anything I use listed below, and if you guys have questions, please ask me. If you see my hair like this is part of my get ready with me. After I'm done doing my hair, I always twist it like this, and then I hairspray it, and then I get ready. And that's so that my curls can last longer. So I'll comb this out afterwards. But let's start with the questions. So I did post this last minute. This video I had already planned on doing, but my makeup videos don't do as good because people who watch me are here for the perfume. So I decided at the last minute to do like a Q&A. Thank you, Mighty Strong and my girl MJ, for asking most of the questions. So Rose Ayala, her question was, what would be the advice that you can give someone, me, pretty new to training their nose and growing a YouTube channel? So my first advice, I'm gonna start with growing your YouTube channel. And I'm gonna look like a clown because I'm working with blues, but it's gonna come together at the end. So I started my channel as a release. I actually have a full-time job. I work in insurance, and I was going through some stuff, and I noticed that I enjoyed just sitting down and doing various looks and then posting them. And then people kept telling me you should start a YouTube channel. Now I know that the makeup side was saturated, so I started it knowing it was more just of a hobby. For over a year and a half with like 30 views, 40 views, no one really talking to me in the comments. My advice would be keep doing it and just promoting yourself, and hopefully you find something that people like about you. For me, it was perfume. People enjoyed the way I talked about perfume, and again, no one came for my makeup videos. So for someone training their nose, I'm still training my nose. Honestly, I don't always look at notes either, but what I can tell you is once you start growing your collection, because I actually had this question for a lot of my fragrance friends that seemed to know more about notes than I did, and I would ask them, how do you guys pinpoint notes? Because if you guys watch my videos, you'll see me say, I don't really pick up this, I don't pick up this, I get this and this. And all our noses are different. We all pick up different things. They all had really good advice. They would say, you know, well, when you start getting a lot of perfumes with orange blossom, you're going to start to pick up orange blossom, which is true. And notes that you didn't pick up before, you will. So that is also why people's minds change about perfumes, and people will love a perfume and a year afterwards they won't. Like when I first got jasmine Marzipan by Maison Lancome, I never got the nuttiness. And right on camera one day, I was like, I never get the nuttiness. And then I sprayed it and I'm like, oh my God, I just got it. It's definitely something I'm still working on. And also I just look up what notes should smell like. And then when I read about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I do get that. Like with tuberose, I never understood tuberose. I just knew I would pick up like heady white florals. But when people would start saying bubblegum, I wouldn't get it until one day I had a perfume where it legit, that's another thing, be true to yourself. If you don't get it, you don't get it. So for the longest time, I didn't get it. And I wanna say it was one of my Scandal perfumes that I got the butteriness, and I was shocked. But I remember I talked about it with one of the girls in the group that I was like, oh my God, I actually got that whole buttery tuberose meaning. So be patient, it will come, your nose will develop, and you'll start picking up on notes. I still, again, there are notes I don't pick up on, but also perfume sometimes is really well blended. Like sometimes you don't pick up on notes. There are perfumes that are just so blended that I don't pick up all the notes are listed. And I don't know that it should be like that. I don't know that you should be able to pick up all the notes. When it comes to blues, blend, blend, blend. I'll tell you that right now. Because if not, it will look bad. So Damaris, she had a really good one that I'm gonna have to come back to. But it's, if you can pick a fragrance note to represent yourself, what would it be? And that is hard. I'm gonna come back to that one because I think I have an idea what it's gonna be. It's kind of a boring note, but there's a reason why. So the next question is Soo Young Kim, and they would like to know what camera or phone you use for editing. So my camera is the Canon I think it's 530. I'll leave a link below, but I'll pop in a picture. It's a little small camera. Editing software, I use iMovie because it's free. I don't put a lot of money into the equipment just yet, just because I think there's this misconception that people on YouTube make a lot of money. And yes, there are people who make money, but I don't make a lot of money off of YouTube. So I do at the moment just have like the bare minimum. My ring light is like $100 and I'll have that link down below. And then I use iMovie, which is free. My girl Mighty Strong had a lot. Her first question is, which do you love more, perfume or makeup? And I would say perfume. I've always loved fragrance. I've always been the kind of person that has always had fragrance in my collection. I've always gone out and had to have perfume on, maybe not on this scale behind me, but definitely I've had moments when I've had 30 perfumes at a time, and then I've had moments when I've been the signature scent kind of girl, but I've always had perfume. I enjoy getting glammed up, but it really is something I do when I go out or when I want to have fun with makeup. I definitely am more of a natural makeup person 80% of the time. And then when I go out with my husband, I like full glam and he likes full glam. He sees me all the time without makeup, and it's just fun to kind of play dress up. I do enjoy that. So I enjoy makeup, but definitely perfume. So her next question, what is your weight loss secret? You look fabulous, thank you. So I have lost 15 pounds and I'm doing keto. I've done it before. I actually had a couple videos a couple years ago. I put them to private because I stopped, but I did lose 10 pounds the first time, kept it off for a few years, and then during the pandemic I had put on 10 pounds. So I have lost the 10 that I put on and then an additional 5. I am doing keto, and then I go on walks with my mom about 3 to 4 times, well, I will say 2 to 4 times a week because it's been raining a lot here in Florida. We walk for like 2 miles. So that's my weight loss secret, just keto, which I do want to do a video on that, a dedicated video, and show you guys my progress, where I go to get my food, what a day of food looks like. So that video is coming. It's probably going to be around September because I am going to be getting real strict. I want to lose an additional 7 pounds for my anniversary. So what's your earliest perfume scent memory? I have a lot of scent memories, but it would probably have to be, I'm gonna link that video down below. It was perfumes I had to break up with because of the scent memory attached to it. But The perfume that I probably have the earliest scent memory attached to is actually not a perfume I wore. It's a perfume that an ex of mine wore, which was Curve in that little like kind of bronzy bottle. I cannot smell that and not think of that person. So that's probably my first scent memory. And then of course I wore the blue Curve because it was just as popular, and that scent just reminds me of my senior year of high school, which I hated high school. It wasn't a good experience for me. So, do you wear perfume when you're sad or mad? And if so, what notes do you tend to go for? I mean, I'm in a point in my life where I'm a Pisces. I think I cry daily. They're usually tears of joy, but I'll watch a show and the slightest thing will move me. I'm very emotional, but I'm not sad a lot. There are sad things that happen in my life, like when family members die and stuff like that, but I'm pretty much a happy person. I'm definitely a glass half full kind of girl. I'm very happy with my life and the way things are right now, but I just wear perfumes. Like if I'm sad, I don't go and look for a scent. I might have a scent on, but I don't go and look for a scent to put on necessarily. And when I'm mad, no. Again, I might have a scent on, but I don't go looking for something to put on. Has buying perfume and makeup become an expensive habit for you? Do you regret either one? No, I've always been a collector of sorts. So it is expensive, and I will say YouTube does not pay for it, but one thing that perfume has that makeup doesn't have is great resale value. So if there's a scent that I don't like, I usually resell it and I get back quite a bit of money. Oh, that line's a little harsh. We'll have to blend that out. If you wanted to move, where would you move to? Honestly, nowhere. My family lives in Florida, like almost all of us. We have a big family. Usually our Christmases consist of 25 plus people. My aunts both live 10 minutes from me in the opposite directions. All my cousins. My brother's about 7 minutes away from me. Dennis's family's about 7 minutes away from me. We all live very close. We're a very close family. I do wish we got together just a little bit more. We used to get together a lot more. We used to do family trips during the summer, but we've all gotten older. We've all started our own families, and you know, we've grown, so it's a little hard to do that, but we do at least get together during major holidays. We're pretty close, so I wouldn't want to move anywhere unless we were all moving. But that's, you know, not the case. Does me or my hubby ever think that we're overspending on perfumes? No. Dennis is very supportive of my channel. He doesn't ever question the packages. I'm also a bargain shopper. Again, I've always been someone who buys something, so it's not like something he's not used to. Dennis also likes to buy stuff for himself. He has his own hobbies. We're both in a place where we can enjoy hobbies. I couldn't have done this in my 20s. I'm almost 40 and we're comfortable. If you guys are putting yourself into debt, you really shouldn't be. Let's put it that way. Again, I don't get my perfumes sent to me, and if I do, you guys will know about it. But I am able to purchase these perfumes. I'm not paying off perfume debt, if that makes sense. I'm paying off my house, my mortgage, and my car. That's it. I don't have credit card debt. I'm gonna put eyeliner on and finish my eye makeup, and then I'll start doing my face and we'll come right back. Okay, so I eyelined with my Physicians Formula. Eyeliner came out real thick, but oh well. I haven't filmed the look in a while and I was rushing. And then under my eye, on my waterline, I used the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Cobalt. And then I just put on mascara. I think it was the Marc Jacobs mascara. So I'll have all of it linked down below. And now let's clean up the face. And I usually just do 4 pumps and that is the SPF 50. I do use this along with a tinted SPF because Florida is no joke. Can you show pics of your fur baby? Yes, I can. Here they come. I think more specifically puppy pics. I did not get lucky when he was a puppy. I got him at 3, but I'll put our gotcha day. And then Oliver, I did get when he was a puppy. Dennis definitely got them because I was devastated when I lost my first baby, Zoe. And I was always sad, and he went and found these 2 dogs. Lucky came first. 3 weeks later, we got Oliver because I always wanted them to get along. And actually, Oliver loves Lucky, but Lucky tolerates Oliver. He loves him more now. Okay, what makes you most sad, mad, or annoyed as content creator? Happy. I love the engagement I get with you guys. Like, I know if I ever get big, it would be hard to keep up with everyone, but I'll never understand people don't engage with their community. I'll never understand how they have the large following or why people enjoy asking questions that never get answered. But I enjoy the community side of it. I love when you guys talk to me in the comments. Again, if I ever got too large, I would probably just be able to answer comments like that day, and then I would have to move on because I mean, it's hard to keep up. But there are people who just don't like, they don't. I don't get that. But anyways, that is what makes me most happy. What annoys me most is creators getting looped in together. Like, I hate that larger YouTubers make it hard for smaller ones, I guess I should say. And I shouldn't say hate. I don't like that word. I dislike. I think there are a lot of larger channels, especially in the perfume side, not even in the makeup side. I can't believe how bad it is on the perfume side that they don't disclose when they get free products. And it ruins it for people because a lot of us smaller channels, we do support ourselves. We do buy a lot of our perfumes. And it really isn't that big of a deal. If your followers love you, they will continue to follow you even if you get free products. It's more honest when you admit it, and that way your followers know that you are an honest person than lying about it. Because then if it ever comes out, I mean, how can they trust you? I would rather tell you guys. I already know a lot of you guys, you know, trust me. Why am I gonna lie to you guys? And then if there's someone who doesn't like that, then they can take a hike. Like, there are people who don't like to see other people get free stuff, and they'll unfollow you for that. Well, then they weren't really a supporter of yours. That's how I see it. So I would say that's my most dislike. I can tell who gets free stuff. It's kind of obvious, and they don't ever disclose it. And it is some of the larger channels. So that is probably one of my major dislikes in the perfume YouTube space. A lot of makeup people get PR, and that's not frowned upon. Why is it frowned upon when perfumers get PR? It shouldn't be. Like, it's expensive. Do you ever think about quitting YouTube, and why? Not at the moment. I really enjoy it. I probably will scale back to 1 video a week just because it is getting harder, and I don't want to bore you guys. I can go on and on. I love you, girl. I love you, Mighty Strong. These were great questions. I hope I answered them all. Hey girl, so editing Becky here. I did miss a couple questions which we're gonna go over, because then after I filmed this, I got a couple other questions that I wanted to pop in here. So some of the questions that I skipped on accident because I do have an issue with reading line by line of the, anyways, I have problems. What's your earliest perfume or scent memory? So this is gonna go hand in hand because I did have someone else ask me. I had Ash also asked me what my first scent memory is, and sending lots of love from South Africa. Thank you, Ash. So I'm gonna go back to that question because I do feel like I gave you one of many first scent memories, but I definitely have memories that bring me back to a younger time. Like, for example, I know a lot of people don't like Angel, but when I smell Angel, I do think of my last year up north. That is when that perfume was released, and I feel like it was super popular because as soon as I had picked up that perfume, not knowing what it was, just kind of being intrigued by the house and the star-shaped bottle, which I got a sample first because I was scared of all the mixed reviews. Once I sprayed that perfume, I was transported back in time. But I did want to kind of share that one because I felt like that one was a little bit more happier to share than an ex-boyfriend. So also she asked what was my earliest perfume. Now I definitely was gifted all kinds of perfumes when I was younger, or I would borrow some of my mom's perfumes, but two perfumes that I remember having young, and I'm sure I've had other ones, but I remember owning Cool Water. That was one of my like first perfumes that I had in school. And then I also bought myself Tommy Hilfiger, but for men. I enjoyed Tommy Hilfiger for men more than I did Tommy Girl. And I think that's funny looking back now, that it just goes to show you that you can rock whatever you want, because I used to rock Tommy Hilfiger freshman year of high school. So what's your greatest worry? My greatest worry as I get older is just people, my loved ones dying. And it really is something that I think about the older I get, because I have had loved ones pass, and it's not easy. What's one of your favorite or most beautiful childhood or teenage memories? Do you have pics? I have a bunch of pics on MySpace, but I haven't logged in there like 5 years. A lot of people are gonna be like, what's MySpace? I have so many great childhood memories, I couldn't even begin to think of one. A lot of my favorite memories were, we would go on a lot of family trips. Our family went like to Panama City one year, and when I'm saying our family, I'm talking about 20 deep. There was one year that I think it was 17 of us that flew to Puerto Rico, but we've had a lot of amazing and fun family trips. And we would like get, back in the day, Old Navy always did their shirts where they would do the year and then it would have like the American flag, and we would always buy the shirts and wear them one day on our family trip. And I think we have 2 or 3 years where we did that and got a photo of everyone. So those are some of my, or just a few of my many great memories with my family. I'm very close to my family. So I think that's it for Mighty Strong. And then we have Beauty with Bella. Has anyone recognized you in public from YouTube? No one's ever recognized me, but I did get to meet up with one of my lovely subscribers, Latanya. So beautiful inside and out. So that was kind of cool to meet up with her. But yeah, I haven't been recognized in public yet. But let's go ahead and get back into the question. And then we're gonna go to Instagram. What does your family husband think of your fragrance passion? Again, Dennis is very, very supportive. My mom will make little comments like, how can people sit and listen about perfumes all day? But my mom is one to always comment. I mean, aren't moms like that? But they're very supportive. My sister is extremely supportive as well. She's the one that told me I should start a YouTube channel, especially when I was doing makeup and makeup looks. So they're pretty supportive. Again, it's a hobby, it's not my job. But yeah, Dennis is extremely supportive. He will tell people about my channel. He probably promotes me more than I promote myself, honestly. Favorite cuisine. So my favorite food is pizza. I love pizza. I like trying new things, period, but I really enjoy Thai food. But my favorite food is pizza. It's boring, but it is what it is. Personal goal this year, non-perfume related. I really want to finally finish this house. We are 90% done. We got like, I would say 85-90% done right before COVID hit, so the bulk of our house is done. But I would really like to finish it and then do like a before and after, because we did a remodel from top to bottom. Ceilings to floor. We pulled up tile, retiled, knock down popcorn. When I mean we did an updated of our house, we really did. So my personal goal would be to finally finish. Natural makeup or full glam? Both. But I will say 80% of the time I am more natural. But I really like, you guys, I like playing dress up. Perfume pet peeve. So this one could be a lot of things. I'm gonna put my I have two major pet peeves in the perfume community. I cannot stand when people say hype. And here's why. Hype. To promote or publicize a product or idea intensely, often exaggerating its importance or benefits. We're a perfume community, a perfume channel. If that many people like a perfume, to me it's not overhyped. To me it's popular. When everyone says is it worth the hype, I don't think anyone can say what's worth something to one another. It could not be worth it to you, but for you to go and say it's not worth it to everyone else, you guys won't ever hear me say something isn't worth the hype, because who am I to say what is worth to someone else? And I know it's dumb, but it is a pet peeve. That's what a pet peeve is. It isn't something that makes or breaks me, but it annoys me when people say this isn't worth the hype. Another annoying thing that I see a lot in the perfume community is whenever someone starts to enjoy niche over designer, I hate when people say, oh, your nose is starting to mature. I love a lot of niche perfumes. They smell amazing, but I don't want to smell like them. They are kind of art, like an art, kind of like looking at art. At the end of the day, most of my complimented perfumes aren't niche perfumes, unless it's those popular ones like Delina, or not on me, but on other people, BR 540. I don't believe that whole your nose is maturing. You like what you like, and this community is very small in the grand scheme of things. And at the end of the day, millions of people prefer designers over niche. I like all kinds of perfumes if it smells good, whether it's celebrity, $10, $100. I even enjoy $400 perfumes. So that whole your nose is maturing thing is another pet peeve of mine.
Do you want to do from Chick-fil-A then or no?
Current favorite perfume. That's hard because I've picked up some really good ones, but I would say one that I'm surprised, that is one that I've been gravitating towards a lot lately, is my So Scandal. I got that one probably a month ago. I test other perfumes. I'll wear it at night just to smell it. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, but it is one that currently I am finding myself. I have recently discovered that I'm obsessed with honey. I never used to be. See, nose changes. I never used to like the original Scandal, and I actually got a mini, and now I am trying to look for a little 30 ml of it, like on Macari. I have recently become obsessed with honey as a note, more specifically the Scandal perfumes. How did your passion for perfume start? Again, I've always really loved and been into perfume. It's kind of like the thrill of the hunt, trying to find that next best fragrance. But I've always loved it. I would just say it started when I went down the whole hauling perfume path. I do enjoy blind buying and hauling and sniffing and experiencing and creating memories, and then when something doesn't work for me anymore, passing it on to someone else. And then, have you always lived in Florida? No. I spent the first 12 years of my life in Connecticut. That's where I am from, but I am a Florida girl. But surprisingly, people can tell I'm not from here. Surprisingly, everyone can guess I'm from up north, which I don't know why, because I don't have a northern accent, but people usually guess up north. I actually had one person guess Connecticut, and he's like, are you from Connecticut? And I'm like, what? I was younger, so I had been here for like maybe 3 or 4 years, so maybe it was the way I did talk, because I moved here when I was 12, and then I started working when I was 16, and it was like while I was cashiering, and he was just able to tell exactly where I was from. So, but I'm a Florida girl. Hey guys, it's me again. So before we get to the last question, I wanted to pop in my girl Coco Peps, because she had 2 great questions Anything you hate about being a perfume reviewer? The trolls. So as your channel grows, you will always have people who want to troll on your channel and leave negative comments, and that's probably one of the things I dislike most about being a perfume reviewer, because to me, instead of wasting your time and energy on a negative comment, just hop off. Like I'll never understand people's need to bring other people down, especially women who bring other women down. I don't make myself out to be a professional reviewer. I'm definitely someone that's going on this fragrance journey with you, and I am the kind of person who lets you know what I pick up. I also don't push perfume on you guys. I don't get a lot of perfume sent to me, and if I do, you guys know about it. Again, I don't like that we all get looped in together. I think people should really look at channels individually. Would you ever do YouTube full time? I would love to do YouTube full time. I enjoy it, but it doesn't pay the bills. Again, I think there's this misconception that if you do YouTube, you automatically get paid, and that is not true. YouTube definitely could not even begin to touch my bills. Let's put it that way. It's definitely a hobby, and I do get money back from it, but it's not what people think. And then her last question is, what's your favorite thing about YouTube? The engagement. Again, you guys know I like talking to you in the comments. I'm not saying I would get big. I know I kind of say that. I know I say if I were to get big, that would be extremely hard, especially because to me, more of the larger channels, they do review men and niche. So I do think that makes up another part of the fragrance community that doesn't even know who I am. I could see how if you're extremely large, it would be hard to keep up. I guess if it was my full-time job and that's all I was doing, I would still want to engage with you guys, because that's what I enjoy about the YouTube, especially the perfume community. Like when I would put out my makeup videos, no one would really like engage with me. So I really do enjoy the engagement of YouTube. So let's go ahead and get into the last question. And then for my last question, I'm going to go back to the note that best describes me. And honestly, there's more than one, but that would be a fun video. I would say a video down the road where perfume notes that best describe me. But, and this is kind of boring, and it's actually a note that I'm picky about, is vanilla. And the reason why is because vanilla is in a lot of perfumes, and it's what is mixed with the perfume as a base. It's a very likable note, and I kind of consider myself to, not everyone likes me, but I am someone who likes to be liked. I'm very friendly, I'm very positive, I like to be liked, and while I don't always like to be the center of attention, I do like to be a part of the crowd, which to me, vanilla is always going to be a part of the crowd. They're always going to be somewhere, for the most part, listed in the perfume notes. Vanilla, to me, I know it's kind of the easy way to go, but I'm an easygoing person. I didn't want to get like too in depth with it, like I'm a rose or oak moss, patchouli, I'm earthy. No, I picked vanilla because again, it's likable, it's in a lot of perfumes, and I don't love overly vanilla perfumes. But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be the life of the party, but I want to be in the party, if that makes sense. So yeah, vanilla. That will do it for today's Q&A. This is the finished eye look. I know it looks a little crazy. I haven't done a get ready with me in some time. So hopefully you enjoyed this and getting to know me a little bit better. But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.